The internet, my friends, is a magical place. It's like a giant library, but instead of books, it's full of cat videos and conspiracy theories. But how do we find anything in this digital haystack? Enter DNS, the internet's very own phone book. Think of DNS like this. You want to visit your favorite website, let's say fluffykittens.com, because who doesn't? Instead of remembering a string of numbers like 123.45.67.89, DNS swoops in and translates that website name into a computer-friendly address. It's the unsung hero of the internet, quietly connecting us to the digital world. But just like any good phone book, DNS can be tampered with. Imagine if someone replaced all the numbers for your favorite pizza place with the number for a creepy clown motel. Not ideal, right? That's what DNS attacks try to do. Mess with the internet's phone book to send you somewhere you don't want to go. So buckle up, Internet Explorers, because we're about to delve into the wild world of DNS attacks, where digital dragons roam and cybervillains lurk around every corner. First up, we've got the DNS Amplification Attack. Imagine a tiny, annoying mosquito buzzing around your head. Now imagine that mosquito somehow summoning a horde of angry wasps to attack you. That's the basic gist of a DNS amplification attack. Here's how it works. Hackers send out a ton of tiny requests to DNS servers, but they disguise these requests to look like they're coming from your computer. These servers, like obedient little librarians, respond to every request, but because the hackers amplified their initial request, the responses are huge and all get directed back to your poor, unsuspecting computer, overwhelming it like a swarm of digital wasps. These attacks can slow down your internet speed to a crawl, or even knock you offline entirely. It's like trying to have a conversation in a room full of screaming toddlers. Impossible! Next, we have the classic DNS hijacking. Imagine you're driving to your friend's house, but someone sneaks in and changes the directions on your GPS. Instead of arriving at a cozy gathering, you end up at a creepy abandoned warehouse. That's what DNS hijacking feels like. Hackers can hijack your DNS settings, redirecting your traffic to malicious websites without you even knowing it. They might set up a fake website that looks exactly like your bank's website. You enter your login information thinking you're accessing your account, but you've just handed it over to the hackers. DNS hijacking is like having your online identity stolen, and it can have serious consequences. So how do we avoid these digital detours? Stay tuned. Section 4. Tunneling through the web, sneaky data on the move. Now let's talk about DNS tunneling. Imagine a group of ants digging secret tunnels under your house to steal your cookies. You wouldn't even know they were there until your cookie jar was mysteriously empty. That's the sneaky nature of DNS tunneling. This attack uses DNS requests to sneakily transmit data outside of your network. Hackers can use it to steal sensitive information like passwords or financial data right under your nose. It's like smuggling contraband in a hollowed-out loaf of bread. Sneaky, sneaky. DNS tunneling is difficult to detect, making it a favorite tool for cybercriminals. But don't worry, we'll tell you how to protect yourself. Section 5. Poisoning the well. Messing with the internet's cookbook. Finally, we have DNS poisoning and cache poisoning. Think of the internet like a giant cookbook, and DNS like the index that tells you where to find the recipe for your favorite chocolate chip cookies. DNS poisoning is like someone sneaking in and changing the recipe to include a secret ingredient: poison. Hackers can poison DNS records, redirecting you to malicious websites or injecting malware into your computer. Cache poisoning is similar, but instead of poisoning the entire cookbook, they just poison a single copy of the recipe that's stored in your computer's cache. Both of these attacks can be dangerous, but luckily, there are ways to protect yourself. Section 6. Staying safe in a world of digital beasts. Simple steps for protection. We've explored the dark underbelly of the internet, where DNS attacks lurk like mythical creatures. But fear not, fellow netizens. There are simple steps you can take to protect yourself. First, always keep your software up to date. Think of software updates like vaccinations for your computer, protecting you from the latest threats. Second, use strong, unique passwords for all your online accounts. Don't use password 123. That's like leaving your front door wide open. Finally, consider using a reputable DNS service. These services act like vigilant guards, protecting you from malicious websites and keeping your online experience safe and secure. The internet can be a wild and wonderful place, but it's important to be aware of the dangers. By taking simple precautions, you can protect yourself from DNS attacks and continue exploring the digital world with confidence. So go forth, my friends, and browse safely.